reached our final segment, which is yet another panel discussion. We have saved the best for the last. In this panel of CEOs, we have some of the biggest and wisest names in the Indian mutual fund industry. Ashu Suyash from L&T Mutual Fund, Chandresh Nigam from Axis Mutual Fund, Dinesh Khara, SBI Mutual Fund, Harshendu Bindal, Franklin Templeton, A. Balasubramanian, Birla Sun Life, and Nimesh Shah from ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund. We'll be requesting Ms. Monica Halan from Mint Money to moderate the session. And the topic is, where is the Indian MF industry heading?
Okay, so I think Prem did something really smart. He saved all the big guns for the last session to ensure that everybody stays on in the room. I'm going to actually just begin with a very short story from last year, and then I will build upon what we're going to discuss, the future of the industry. So last year, around this time, I remember writing a column called When Good Decisions Lead to Bad Outcomes. So around August last year, the CAGR of mutual fund investing equity was what? 5-year CAGR was 5, 6?
7, 8%.
Right. So, you know, as a person on the other side, so this is the industry, product manufacturers, they are distributors, and we are personal finance journalists, and the view is it's the same view that long-term investing in mutual funds, good quality funds works. And increasingly last year, I was being asked by readers and viewers on television, but you said it's a long term. What do you mean by long term? So now we'll think of 6 years, or now we'll think of 7 years. You know, the pushback was that somewhere a distrust was growing that we don't really know what long term is. And it was a little bit of a shaky ground for, I remember thinking that, you know, what if we've been saying the wrong things? But then you go back to the spreadsheets, you go back to the numbers, you do your Sensex 1979, you do those numbers one more time, and you say, you know what, if you stay with good, even if you just stay with the benchmark long enough, your equity return after a certain number of years is 0 risk. There is no 12-year period from the beginning of 1979 in which the investors have lost money. You can pick any date, and if you held for 12 years or 13 or 14, depending on what stage your market is in. And then a year later, the sentiment has, you know, it's transformed from then. So I wrote something saying that you took a good decision, but it's leading to what looks like a bad outcome. You booked a flight which said 2 hours, but there was bad weather, and it took 4 hours. Whose fault is it? Airline's fault? No. And I do remember saying something politically incorrect at that point of time. I don't see why equity as an asset class should be blamed when it is completely the government's fault, the UPA government's fault for stalling growth. You know, but then 12 months later, we are sitting in such a different market. And as we look now to the future, and I think there was a consensus of views across the last few panels like this in the last month, that if all goes well, we are sitting on a multi-year bull run. I want to actually now go back to the past and then talk to the panel. We've got you know, the best fund managers here on this panel right now. And everyone here has been in the industry now for 10 years. We're all like mutual fund veterans, one way or the other. We've seen this market go through several regulatory changes. Right? So it began with the regulator taking away the 6% commission on NFOs. We got into open-ended, closed-end, the no-load regulation on advertising. So if we can begin, let me begin with Ashu. What is that one regulation that you think did the best for the industry? It may have not seemed good at that point, but what is that one regulation in the last 10 years that you've been here that you think really transformed the market? And as a quick part 2, what do you think now the regulator, and maybe it is bigger than just your regulator, maybe it is the government, the finance minister should do to make that transformative change again?
So I think one thing which changed the way business started getting done was all the hoopla around IPOs and the move to NFOs, because whether it was the 6% being taken away and being made no load, or it was breaking the myth around $10, because only after that were funds with track record finally recognized and started to get sold. Because end of the day, it's not only about new product is good, but it's not only about that. So I think that's transformed the way, and if you look at the new flows that come in, and if you look at the kind of the start of the bull run today, there's a lot more going into existing funds versus new product, which was vastly different in 2005, which is kind of the similar environment in one way. Having said that, I think the one change that can transform this industry and cause a paradigm shift is if mutual funds are allowed to participate in the pension fund space. Because you asked about how long is long term. Well, long term is linked to your time horizon, to your financial goal. And for everybody, those sunset years can become sunshine years if you're able to create a pool that allows you to lead an even better lifestyle versus today's environment where you actually see a cut. So if mutual funds are allowed to launch products in that space, I think it will make a big difference. It will align investor, distributor, manufacturer interest. And if you ask me, that will become the catalyst for investor education as well. Because everybody will be just forced to understand the category and make an informed decision about where to put their money, which today, Provident Fund, you don't think about it, and NPS is hardly making any mark. So I think there is a big gap, and that can become a big game changer.
Right, what I hear you saying is that let the money be managed by the best fund managers in the market today at the price which it is. So whether at the moment it's broken into different buckets, like there's a PF, there is money being managed by insurance companies. So possibly a big game changer could be the collapsing of fund management into one entity. Is that where you're going?
That's not what I'm coming from. It's not about collapsing the pool. It's about creating products with the objective of wealth creation for that long term. So today, if you look at it, does Provident Fund do that? I mean, you look at its asset allocation, nothing in equities. Is that wealth creation over 20, 30 years? I think the answer is quite clear. You can talk about 5 years and say, well, it was 6, 7%. But what about 15, 20, 30 years? I think we have compelling data. You look at NPS and you look at the maximum allocation, and if somebody really has money and the risk appetite, there's an artificial cap. So what you need is products with a default option. I saw bits of the previous presentation. I think that's a requirement. That isn't there today. You need risk profile-based products as well. That isn't there today. So if you allow insurance companies, mutual funds, NPS, if there's another pension format, to be able to go to the market, it's about the best product winning. And believe you me, if at the time of signing up your employment contract, you have to select where 12% of your CTC will go,
Right. So
the
you're
case
saying
is made.
open it up.
And,
Correct.
That has what has made the US market what it is today.
Right.
Everybody can say everything else, but that has changed the game, and we have an opportunity to do that in India.
Correct. At the moment, yes. Nimesh, I'm going to jump right across to you and ask you the same question, that one regulatory change which you think changed the industry and one thing that they can still do.
I think overall what the regulations have been changing, it has been made a very pure product. I always said the product is very pure. And one change if I want to, is a very simple change, that simplify the KYC. We take money from the bank, we give money to the bank. Why do we need to do a separate KYC? Why don't we accept bank KYC? It will simplify the whole thing. This industry can become much bigger. only one thing, KYC simplification, and of course pension money, Ashu already said that. But overall regulatory changes, whatever happened, have made the product very pure. People who are in the long term, who are there on the audience also and there on the stage also.
Right, Bala?
I think the way I see is, I always admire about this industry. Only because of one reason, it's evolved. It's evolved by the market participants, it's evolved by us, it's evolved by the regulations has been evolved on the basis of an experience. This is the only industry where every time the industry regulations evolve because of our own reasons. One biggest change, which I think apart from what Ashu mentioned about, we were in the 6% NFO kind of commissions, and we moved away from that, and then open-ended funds started getting the attractions. Well, of course, that's good, and clearly created a difference between the NFOs and the existing funds. There is one regulation which I think came in post-2008, which is the regulation towards monitoring the liquid funds in the mutual fund industry. Is one of the biggest, of course, ever, even the world is one of the biggest actually is the liquid funds, and India too actually has got the biggest funds coming, the liquid funds. On 15th of July, the rates are going up, and the NAVs of liquid funds are being brought down because of the regulatory compulsions, because of the regulatory change that got introduced, is the proof of the test that was done on 15th of July. And the industry did adhere to the new regulations. And the same investors who are making a noise, so maybe in the previous 2008 crisis, they did not make a noise, and then accepted this is a rule of the game. He used to lose money actually when the market goes up, when the market goes down in terms of yields, or yields go up and the price go down, and the NAVs have to get impacted actually. That's the biggest change. And not a single noise coming from the investors, whether it is retail, HNIs, or
Messaging has
the
become
messaging was
correct.
extremely clear.
Yeah.
So which is the beauty of this industry, which I think has came as a part of 2008. There are many such regulations. Post 2008, the financial market crisis in the global market, which came as part of the lesson which you learn from global industries, and then announced a series of regulatory measures which the mutual fund industry have to undertake, including the disclosures of the portfolios to the last pi. I think these are some of the things which I think is the biggest change that has brought in.
And one thing which is your wish list. What is it like KYC we got? We got pension money. You have to think of something new now. That's taken.
Yeah, that's right. I think the need of the industry is, while of course is more than 4 decades old industry, the private sector is coming in more than 2 decades old industry. There is a dire need actually to get more customers. I think whatever we may say, we're still talking about only about 1.7 crore unique customers.
What can the regulator do? What can the government do?
I think the regulation, of course, I think these two things are of course linked to that. I don't think we can ask for too many things without actually addressing the basic issues. I think KYC is one, definitely is something we don't need to reinvent the wheel, and somebody has already done it, so it makes the job easy. And I think the longer term money that has to come in from the large pool of working populations, which is nothing but they're getting the long term and pension fund kind of things, which definitely is the one which makes it very simple. I'm also saying why I'm customer based. I think these two are closely linked to that. When the government of India says that I have to open an account, on a single day we are able to as a country show to the world that I open about 1.7 crore account on a single day. Why not the mutual industry? Maybe the time will come. Because of these changes, I'm able to do that.
Dinesh?
Yeah, I think one of the major thing which has happened, I would say, is the removal of the entry load. Because typically, this is an industry where we are trying to get the investors. How can there be entry load? That seems very illogical. So I think that is one of the best thing which has happened. Now we have to somehow see that we create value for not only for the investor but also all the investable surplus which are available. And I think mutual fund can become the fund managers to not only insurance industry but all such investable pools. I think if that can be facilitated, that will really create value in the economy also.
Harshendu?
I think the pension issue is by far, so I mean, I won't even say anything.
That's the biggest one right now.
But if I were to look at, and I mean, this is just to pick one, is the advertising guidelines when they change. And more than that topic specifically, I think I have a problem with regulatory change that's based on what I call the L1 phenomenon, which is effectively looking at the lowest common denominator and then coming out with change. I think we need to move from that. So for example, in an industry that needs to get its awareness up, its consumer connect up, if you can't kind of share your performance in the right manner, and the guidelines I think make it difficult, it's those kind of issues that need to go, but it's an irritant. It's not.
But
you
is
know,
it something that the industry takes up? So there is a, I mean, you don't see this with regulators abroad, but in India there is this whole discomfort of the industry to speak to the regulator on issues like this.
No, I think there's a lot of communication that happens. I think there are forums to address it as well. You have the Mutual Fund Advisory Committee, you know, where those are forums where you have manufacturers and you do get forums to talk to regulators. I think the regulators are very open to meeting one-on-one as well, and I think a lot of us do that. So I think it happens. How to go about it and get it done in a sustainable manner, it's been a little bit of a puzzle for me, but you know, when you're dealing with a multiplicity of issues, I think the big ones kind of get addressed first and then some of the others, and you need to clean up the whole ecosystem, and I think that takes time.
That is the
Monica,
tough one.
if I just interject in
Yeah.
this, your question, it will happen. Whatever issues have been raised about the regulator is actively considering and working towards making it happen, whether it is NPS, KYC, there is a committee which is formed which is looking across regulators that how do we streamline. So this will happen, it's a question of time. And I think it's a question of next 1 or 2 years that it will.
That will last. Chandresh?
Yes, I think number of things have already been mentioned. I'll just talk about two. I think on the positive side, what I really see is, I think as Nimesh mentioned, we've got a much cleaner product, less risk in the product. So all those things have gone about. We come across as a more cleaner industry. Things are, valuation is okay. The problems in, while not linked to retail liquid fund stuff is cleaned out and all that. So that all has been positive, partly by the industry itself, partly egged on by the regulator. One of the things I think from a long-term industry perspective is this whole issue of customer engagement. I think success of the industry